I forget that this is also the podcast where we just tease the out of people.
Those names are out of control.
Foreplay, presented by Barstool Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, all the people out there.
There's
Yeah,
no song for Thanksgiving, is there?
that's really where they missed the boat. I missed the boat on a couple of things, but certainly a song. Christmas has so many songs.
I almost went with I Don't Want to Be a Duck.
They have the Adam Sandler Thanksgiving song. Can't leave that one out.
No.
That's one. Happy Thanksgiving. Huge day it's been. So this is going to be, just to give everyone a little bit of context here, we were trying to Google if we could have AI create this podcast on the way home from the golf course today. Mm-hmm. And then we also thought of the plan of picking a podcast more than 3 years ago, but less than 7 years ago that we just republished and saw if anybody noticed. So
the fellas are tired.
Yeah, I mean, again, and people are going to get out the world's tiniest violin for guys like us.
It's a long day.
But yeah, no, I don't know. We probably can't talk too much about it, but we are in Florida. I live here. These guys are here. And we did the TaylorMade Shoot, the first day of the TaylorMade Shoot. So we're filming with all their athletes. It's an early
Tiger
morning.
Woods.
Yeah, Tiger Woods was out there today. We filmed with him. Yeah, so again, I don't know how much we can say, but it was an early morning, an early call time. This isn't really an early call time group, but when you have some of the greatest golfers on planet Earth showing up, you got to wake up early, and that's what we did. We filmed all day. Came back to the hotel, which was about an hour drive, and now we're here doing a podcast. But again, people aren't going to cry tears for us, but it has been a long day.
But we do get a couple
Crocodile
of backhanded comments being like, oh, this podcast falls off sometimes. Like, this is like, it's almost like it's the fifth thing you guys do. Like, on a week like this week, Barstool Classic Championship. Then I went to LSU, and then I came here, and we had the longest day. It is like the third or fourth thing that we got to like get done sometimes. Like, we had a fucking big day today. But we never missed one episode ever. We don't miss episodes. We don't skip. We're not one of those brands that says, hey, sorry, gang, we're going to see you tomorrow or next week. We're skipping this week. We're here. We're here to talk to you. We got a lot of things to talk about.
Microphones are fired up.
Tiger Woods did a video with us today. Scottie Scheffler did a video with us today. Nelly Korda did a video with us today. I mean, are you hearing these names that I'm speaking into this microphone right now?
I would like to delve into all of that, which we're going to. I'm going to put a pause on that because I'd like to do a call to action for Black Friday.
Bang.
Yes.
It's imperative that Black Friday is huge for us this year for a million reasons, but
I'm having a baby.
Frankie's got a baby. Brendan's got a baby.
I've got an ever-increasing appetite for food.
We've got kids to put through college,
so I need to buy more food.
Black Friday is such a big day. It's like it's hard to really overlook how big of a weekend it is for Barstool Sports. We're getting back to the grassroots of things here at Barstool. Dave bought the company back. There isn't this like $1 trillion, $1 billion company that is funding everything. Like if you have a bad Black Friday, you just move on to the next year because you're going to get sold anyway. That was kind of like the world that we started to move into. And now we're back to like old office, Dave sending emails like who's not going to be tweeting, like this is it, we're back. So this stuff directly helps keeping the lights on at Barstool Sports. And that may sound insane. One of the more common questions that we get is like, how do you guys make money? Like, how does Barstool Sports make money? Because it's all free content.
It's just a hobby, bro.
I would also say from like a practical standpoint, golf has exploded over the last few years. I guarantee there's a golfer in your family, and Christmas is coming up. So if you want to get a gift for them, we got Barstool golf hats. Like the stuff is really good. So if you have someone in your family, your dad, your uncle, your brother, anybody who is like you need to buy a gift for, and they're a golfer, come to us, and I guarantee you can find something, if not multiple.
So show out for the boys. Like show out for the boys.
Also, don't sleep on the overall Barstool Golf store. We're going to be promoting all the new stuff and a lot of the new stuff, but we've got dozens of items in there. Polos, hats, sweaters.
Remember last year? So we put out that I don't think we have it anymore because it's sold out, but we had that golf travel bag, and I remember we had it for like a year. It sold out. We put it back on sale, and then last year at Black Friday, it sold out because they put like 45% off. It was just somewhere deep in the Barstool Golf store, so you were getting like a sick Barstool Golf Sun Mountain travel bag for like almost half off.
Right.
So there are these deals that you can find in there. There's stuff that we have sold out of and we put back on sale that we won't promote as much because they're bestsellers. So yeah, make sure you're checking around the whole entire thing. Like you're saying, it's not just the 5 or 6 things we'll be pushing, it's everything. And there's a lot of options, and it's all high quality. We've done away with like the shitty t-shirts just to put a logo on it and make some money off of it. This is all, we're putting a lot of money into the actual quality of this thing. The Barstool made polos that we have, the golf polos, are outrageously good.
They're phenomenal. We're all wearing them.
Hat is a
PGA
Barstool.
National.
Yeah, the inside has all the
It's a
Barstool
winner.
written in it. There's no other company attached to it. It's ours. It's our merch team designed it from thread
We
to
make
thread.
it. Me, Frankie, Trim, we're back
Oh,
there
yeah.
sewing hats together.
Yeah.
You guys know how to sew?
No, I don't. Not a clue.
We had to take we did sewing and like, what was it? Homemaking class?
Yeah,
or
like
something
home ed?
that? And home ec.
Yeah, we did
Home ed?
that as well with
Home ed.
the sewing
Home ed.
machines.
Whatever.
But again, if you put a sewing machine in front of me right now, I would have no clue.
We didn't do sewing machine. We did like thread, needle.
Oh,
Do it.
we did sewing machines, and I
Do
think
it.
I would hurt myself.
I cut
actually-
myself. I was
I
bleeding.
watched a really satisfying video on someone teaching you all the different threadings, and like if you were to thread this part of my sweater, like how like they're pulling all the thread and then it just disappears into the sweater and it tightens everything up.
Wow.
It's so satisfying.
That's nice.
Brandon Jones just took his penis out.
Wow. Oh, he's got a Goat Hill
No,
Park
no.
shirt on. That's
No,
cool.
he had boxes on, but it was stunning to see that.
That's cool.
You know?
20% off the whole store starting Thursday night all the way through Cyber Monday. So make sure you check that out. Store.barstoolsports.com. Go preferably to the foreplay in the Barstool Golf section. But
We're gonna be doing a ton of giveaways.
Tons.
I already have like a couple ideas in my house. Like I know that I'm giving away a lefty black P790 set. I'm gonna say, and we have the technology now, and you know we worked with our merchandise team to be able to see, and we did this last year also. We were able to see exactly who spent a certain amount of money. So if we say $100 in the Barstool Golf store. On Barstool Golf merchandise gets you in. That's quite literally a submission in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
So we're able to track all that data, and that's what I know I'm for sure going to be giving away an untouched, brand new, blacked out P790s.
Frankie, you should give
from
away
TaylorMade.
each iron individually.
Whoa,
And then imagine somebody's got a golf bag and they just got like a
One-
6 iron that's black.
that is sick. That would drive people crazy.
That would drive
is
people
sick.
insane.
No, I'm giving away. So it's a lefty.
Imagine
So if
you
you have a
meet
lefty
the
in your
other
family,
guy
if you are a
sometime.
lefty,
Like, you got the 8 iron, dude. Look, I got this 6 iron.
Riggs does his Riggs Cottage giveaway, which
I'm
is
giving
like
away 2 different stays to 2 winners.
that's the best deal that you can possibly get. It's
really is.
thousands of
Phenomenal.
dollars worth of value.
Oh yeah, it's
Thousands.
good retail. It's 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom house on Pinehurst number 2. It's my favorite place in the world, as people know. And we're gonna do 2 different 2-night stays. You can fit up to 8 people in there total. I'm gonna actually spend my whole flight home tomorrow working on a TikTok. I took a bunch of footage of the home over the last few stays. I got the new shrine from the Pinehurst U.S. Open this year where I framed a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to make a cool little TikTok to showcase that giveaway.
Great, I love it.
I'm gonna have my dad make a video saying that he's gonna give away a whole dinner party at Borelli's, and I'll go with you, and we'll have dinner at Borelli's. Laredo will make us some pizza. My dad will sit there, he'll cry, he'll tell some stories.
Great.
We'll do a whole
Incredible.
Long Island night. Really why we do that is just to like engage with the people that we actually are like. I want to give away the stuff because so many people are supporting us. We want to be able to like at least make it a little bit more worth it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Equinox EV helps you get the distance you're looking for with an available EPA estimated 319 miles of range on a full charge. It's a lot of miles.
It's a lot of miles. You can go really, really far. Chevy, they're the best. Go on their website, Chevy.com. Obviously, check out the Equinox EV. Check out all their models. They've got great stuff on there. If you're in the market for a new car, Chevy's your place.
Bushman, I want you to look up while we're doing this. How far away is Savannah, Georgia? You know, think you can get to Savannah on a full charge?
I
Probably
think
less than 319 miles.
I bet that's about.
That's a place I've been wanting to go for a long time, Savannah.
I went to Savannah recently, and but it was right as they were having like a flood hurricane situation.
408 miles.
Okay, so
Close.
you can
So
get.
it might be like Jacksonville.
Yeah, you can get to Jacksonville
Might
for
be
sure.
like Jacksonville. You do a little.
I'm doing that tomorrow.
You do a little recharge, and then you make your way right up to Savannah, Georgia, because we are in South Florida.
That's 269 miles.
Oh, right.
You get there with a little extra on you.
The 2025 Equinox EVLT has a starting price around $34,995. Your pricing may vary as dealers set the final price. The Equinox EV accommodates with comfortable seating of up to 5 people. Head over to Chevy.com/Equinox EV to check out product info, lease offers, and amazing deals. Head over to Chevy.com/Equinox EV Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. How about you guys ready? I'm going home to St. Louis for Christmas,
Right.
And I don't know if you guys all know this, but my mom's one of 12 kids.
That's a lot, man.
And they're all, pretty much everybody's got kids, married and has kids on that side.
Sure.
So I got to go to like the family group on Facebook, and I got to like study up on everybody who's got kids, who's what are their names.
You got to learn the roster.
There's a whole deal going on. We got like 80 people at our Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Whoa.
And then we do like everybody brings something. So people bring the rolls, people bring the green bean casserole, people bring the
beans, potatoes.
Is this a pie group sitting in here right now? You guys eat pie?
I like pie.
What's your favorite pie?
Yeah, I like apple pie.
Apple pie's good. I like a pumpkin pie.
It's got to have ice cream with it though. I can't eat just like plain pie. I need to have a little scoop of ice cream.
A little vanilla ice cream.
A little vanilla ice cream next to an apple pie, a hot apple pie. That's going to get me going.
You get into the whipped cream game with that at all?
Yeah, but I'm not the biggest crust guy when it comes to pies. I'm not a big like dry dessert guy. I need it to be cold. I need it to be refreshing. Does that make any sense to you?
I lost you with the refreshing part, but a cold I get.
Like, I don't know. There's something refreshing about like after a meal you get a nice sorbet. Or maybe you get an ice cold vanilla ice cream with hot chocolate fudge on it. It's just there's a refreshingness to it. You just ate whatever it might be, red clams, or like a baked oreganata, like maybe a fish.
Okay.
And now all of a sudden you have a vanilla ice cream scoop in your mouth. Come on, that's refreshing. There's a refreshingness to that.
All right, I'm on board with that.
Trent, you guys ever do party risers?
I don't know what that is. No.
It's a dish that we do in Missouri. I don't know. I've never heard of anyone else doing it.
What's it consist of?
It's got like almost like some like beef kind of inside of it, and then it's like a miniature like stuffed little like kind of miniature like bread roll almost. That's like goes in the oven and gets toasted.
No, never had that.
They're really, really good.
We're pretty standard. We do turkey, green bean casserole, stuffing.
Stovetop?
I believe it is stovetop.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's really good.
Trash, but it's the best.
Yeah, that's.
And give me all the cranberry sauce straight out of the can. I want to see the lines. I want to see the factory lines written on that piece of.
I'm not a big
sauce.
Cranberry sauce guy. I will say.
You can feel the chemicals.
But we do mac and cheese. I know we do mac and cheese. We're pretty standard Thanksgiving family.
I want to give a shout out to Robbie Fox. I breezed right through this I was going through Twitter and I saw this pop up and I thought it was so interesting that I guess his mom is famous in her family for pre-making pie crust, and then you take all of the leftovers at Thanksgiving and you fill up all of these like stuffed pies and you give them to everyone as leftovers, but it's like in a nice container of a pie. So it's like all the stuffing, all the turkey, all the sausage, everything, you put it in and it's just one big Thanksgiving pie. So now the next day you throw that in the oven, you pop it out, it's a whole new meal, all the leftovers are being used. I thought that was
a great idea.
You might have the Wi-Fi in here.
It's called Wyndham Grand.
What's the access?
That's it. It's
lowercase.
Wyndham Grand, all lowercase.
Nice work for it.
Yeah.
We're staying right across the street from the Woods, Jupiter. Been eating there last 2 nights. Banged my knee up against the bar, and I screamed out loud while having a very just like adult, serious conversation with a couple people that work for TaylorMade.
Mm-hmm.
Banged my knee right at the corner of the bar, and I yelped like an actual cartoon. I went Yahoo!
Was it like hitting your funny bone of your knee?
Right
almost?
on my kneecap, and like it was like pulsating like a cartoon.
Yeah. That's not a good situation to be in there.
No. Woods is delicious, by the way.
They've got these little lamb medallions over there. Remember those things?
Oh, on the stick.
The little stick, the lollipops.
Yeah.
Hard to beat.
I could eat 15 of those.
I could eat 20. I could just keep going. I really could. 21 out of you?
I was going to say, yeah. 22, 23.
Oh.
Yeah, speaking of the Woods, and I guess we talked a little bit about it. Did a video with Tiger Woods today, so look forward to that.
What a big day today.
I would assume the picture's already out. We have to put it out.
Yeah, we're going to put that out later
Tiger
tonight.
kind of social media cucked us today without knowing it.
I've given this a lot of thought, actually, Trent. Well,
okay.
That news was coming out. So Tiger Woods has announced that he's not playing in the Hero. We found that out today.
Right.
While being with him.
That's true.
Now take that as you will or as you may. I don't think we were out there with Tiger Woods today. And we've heard a lot of things. Like, I don't think if we weren't there, we would have been probably saying this is a disaster that he's not playing the Hero. But now after being there, I think it's going to be okay. I think Tiger Woods.
He had that surgery, right?
He had that surgery, and I just think he hasn't had enough rounds to really play professional golf yet. But I don't think that means like things are like. I feel like a lot of the response was like, "Oh my God, it's the end." And we were actually physically with him today, and I don't think that's the case.
I confer. I agree with that.
Yeah, it was a good day. We played a lot of golf today, and I feel like different years at TaylorMade Media Day, we've had different ideas going in. We actually saw Grant Horvat, had a great conversation with him. He's the best, really nice dude.
What a nice fella.
But he was just talking about how the landscape of YouTube golf really changes from day to day, and right now it's like a completely different world than it was maybe 6 months ago. I actually agree with him. I think that what he was saying was kind of nailing it on the head. But we played a lot of golf. I feel like in years past, we tried to come up with like gimmicky ideas, and they worked. I mean, it was really funny to get Scottie Scheffler to play in a fucking obstacle course, and Tommy Fleetwood like
getting pied in the face by Colin Morikawa.
Just, to have that like in your Rolodex or in your your library for people to be able to go watch forever is not the worst thing. It's like we're getting these guys to do things you can never see them do except for in that video.
That's right.
But I thought this year was good. It was a lot of just like, let's hit good golf shots and like play matches.
Yeah, so that was sort of the takeaway, right? It's that YouTube golf is more moving towards a play good golf stage.
I just think there's so many brands out there now, and everyone is like oversaturating the like, we can drink 95 beers and play around a golf.
Yeah, we do that too.
We do it.
Yeah,
we do it. And we've been very open about all of our ideas on this very podcast. We have our meetings on this podcast about what we should be doing. We also started our very first videos as very serious golf videos, if you think about it, with like our own little twist.
Big matches.
We would do big matches against Kevin Kisner. We went to Pinehurst and did a travel series where we like documented the history of Tobacco Road and Pinehurst #2. When we sat down, like legit people at Pinehurst. Tom Pashley was sitting in front of like the U.S. Open trophy.
That's true.
Like giving like, and we had like the dramatics and the music. So I mean, we've gone through our own little ups and downs or whatever. Not even ups and downs.
Evolutions.
Evolutions is the word. Yeah, of our own content. I mean, I don't know if you guys
permutations.
Agree. Yeah.
Is that a word, Trent?
I think it is. Yeah, I'm not sure.
And
if
then
it
you
fits
find
there.
something like Breaking 90 or Breaking 100, and that was more geared. Obviously, people love like the duo, and they love that we're out there like rooting each other on, and that's just like what we're out there doing. We're just trying to break a number, but that like really started to scratch that itch of people that want to see someone try and achieve something and like actually play decent golf. And we're getting better as a group, I feel like. So
I would say as a group we're much better.
Yeah, which is fun for people to watch. We've been doing this damn thing for like 5 years of videos now.
People would say that, you got the best equipment, you got the best coaches.
Hard game.
It's a hard game.
But yeah, I guess that's what Grant was kind of talking about. Like, I don't know. I don't think he's ever been one to like go out there and like, drink fireballs and do.
No, he's always been kind of on a more serious
might be biased.
Run. Yeah,
he's like, my videos are doing 1 million views an episode. That's where YouTube's going. He's just.
That's true. Yeah, it's just interesting.
He's also got like the most aesthetically pleasing golf game of all time.
Incredible.
So I really think people are looking for beautiful, good golf. I don't know. What do you guys think?
He's an impressive dude.
Like, you sure people aren't looking for guys to try to break 85? Is that what they're doing out there now?
He's impressive. But
he is.
No, it's interesting.
Yeah, there's just a lot of it now. There's a lot of YouTube golf, and I don't know what that means.
Got to get back to just like being you. I feel like all the brands do. Like, we all collectively can stop this fucking charade of like trying to like copy every single idea, and like we need some order in this world.
Yeah,
we could all do it. We need to have like a meeting of like the mafia meeting where it's like, we're getting out of control here.
Heads of the five.
Well, the things that what happens when that goes down is that it all becomes the same.
It's all the same.
There's no when people are grabbing each other's ideas, which everybody has done at this point, it all becomes the same. So it's you got to get back to what you're saying, where it's like, do what you want to do, and that's probably going to be different from what the other people actually want to do.
I do miss a little bit of our travel series when it used to be. It was like there was history behind it. So it was like it was me and Trent against you and Lurch, and there would get times where they were legitimately heated.
Oh yeah,
but
really mean.
It was largely, a lot of it was like there's history behind it. You want to fucking win.
You want to win, like I mean, and the history of the actual course was involved a lot more too.
A lot of that.
We did a great job at the Lido. I thought that was like an old school video.
Lido was awesome.
Was that this year?
That was last year.
Are you kidding me?
Probably came out.
No way.
When did Sand Valley come out?
That was last year. We're almost done with this year.
I'm a cruising.
That's crazy to me. We went with Jersey Jerry in the year 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow, that's
September
stunning.
Last year.
Wow.
So it was a little over a year ago.
That's not surprising you. That feels like that was like
14 months ago we filmed that.
Time to me anymore is
sickening.
Sickening, he said. Is that when it came out?
Wow. It came out a year ago. All right, yeah, no, it's the whole YouTube golf thing is fascinating. It is crazy how fast it changes. Like you said, 6 months ago it was this or it's that. I don't know where it's going. Nobody does.
It's also very interesting for us because looking at YouTube golf as a landscape is quite different from anything we've ever really done because it was largely just us for a while. I don't even mean just in YouTube. Like it was pretty much like in our own lane doing podcasts and then doing like some videos and then doing like some playing a couple holes of golf that's like not really good golf on social media and then more deeper feature length type videos, which is now like YouTube golf, and then doing live events and all that. It was like we were kind of just flying without really coming up with ideas based on anyone else or comparing ourselves because it was like we were just kind of doing it. And then you do see what's working because other people start to emerge, what works with them, what takes off. It's hard not to like let that seep into what you think you're going to do and tweak and change and evolve to. And now it's gotten to this point where it's like coming back almost.
Yeah. It is true. Like if you start now, you know you're going to start a YouTube page. You're like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. But when we were doing it, was like, like podcasts were certainly a thing. Mm-hmm. But we were like, we want to do a golf one, which there were only a couple of those out there. And now there seems to be more structure in this content creating golf world, where before it was just and before you were just kind of doing whatever felt right, and that is how you get originality. And that's how you get something that's not just like, oh, if there's already a set structure, then I'm gonna play by the rules of that structure, and that ends up happening when we're all doing the same types of videos. So I don't know how you change that now because it's such a world that exists.
Right.
Yeah, there were obviously brands when we started. But we just took, like you're saying, like what they were doing. We like did our own version of it, and we made it bigger. And like there were podcasts, and then we were like, oh, I think YouTube needs bad golf on there, and we're gonna show people more relatable stuff because there were the Rick Shields of the world, the Godfather of YouTube golf. Like he was doing club reviews, and I mean, he was
like, can I break X? Like a 75.
Yeah, Eric Anders Lang has been doing it forever. Like but they were like aesthetically pleasing, good golf. It was an alternative to watching the PGA Tour. Where it was like, oh, when the PGA Tour's not on, I'm gonna go find this guy Rick Shields. The new driver just came out. I want to see what his review of it is. Like that's what his videos were. And then all of a sudden, we're out there like playing against Kevin Kisner. We had the idea that it would take 4 of us to beat him. We literally argued about that on a podcast, and it turned into a video. No one had ever done that before.
Right.
There was never a single 4-man scramble versus one pro ever.
Yeah.
And now it's like that's all you can find.
That's the whole landscape.
Yeah. Which is what Grant was saying. Like now it's back to that, where it's like got to find as many pros as you can possibly find.
It's so true.
Meanwhile, it's like maybe 7 months ago, no one wanted to even watch a pro play because they just wanted to watch guys like spin a wheel and fucking eat pizza or whatever it might be. Like. It was just different. Now it's like everyone's searching for pro. Everyone's doing it.
It also gets to the point
where are those pros at.
The problem with that is that it ends up the same pros do it.
Everyone's doing it. All the videos coming out now, they were in our videos last year.
So like Max has done a couple of them. Like, it's the pros that are willing to do it end up getting on multiple channels because they're the ones who want to do it.
Somebody's got to go get Lucas Glover. Like someone's like, go find another.
That's
one.
The next.
I'm just saying, like,
the next phase
how we're gonna win.
YouTube golf is Lucas Glover. who made some comments that we agreed with last week. So I'll be
big
down
time
to
agreed with. It's the holiday season, and what better gift to give than the gift of luxurious comfort with Peter Millar. They've launched their annual holiday gift guide, and this season it's full of everything from stocking stuffers to timeless pieces that will stay with your loved ones forever. My father was visiting last week. I gave him a couple nice, he's a big layering guy. He likes to layer.
Yeah.
He always says there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing. So I hooked him up with some good Peter Millar. That's a big time Steve Bazzoin quote. Hooked him up with a bunch of layering, a little vest, Q-zip, sweater. Nobody does it better than Peter Millar.
The best. The absolute best. I've got a couple little numbers that they sent over for the fall that I'm going to be donning for Thanksgiving. So, some real nice deep V sweaters, cashmere.
Yep.
Really good stuff. It's a showstopper. It's Peter Millar. It's the best whether you're going to a wedding rehearsal dinner or you're going to church or you're going to golf. It's like, it's so versatile. You're always going to look classy. You're always going to look good. Yeah, it's really.
I brought a nice Thanksgiving outfit this year too.
Right.
I got my new that light blue.
Oh, that thing's nice.
Deep V crew neck.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna have that bad boy on with a gray Peter Millar jacket. I'll send you guys a picture. With yarn so soft you have to feel it to believe it. The Crown Heritage Cashmere Sweater. That has to be the one that I have. It's sure to be your loved one's favorite holiday gift. These sweaters go back to the roots of Peter Millar, featuring a classic cut and pure 100% cashmere comfort that will never go out of style. That has to be the one that we're talking about. I didn't even know that was coming up.
So
I just
good.
said it automatically. Be sure to check out these sweaters and the rest of the Peter Millar holiday gift guide at petermillar.com/foreplay. I also love their pants, the EB66 5-pocket pants, the sateens. I got a bunch of great stuff. Go check it all out at petermillar.com/foreplay.
You know who we're going to do a video with because we have to just see him, and I hope he agrees to doing it, and we just have to go see him and congratulate him, and we have to talk about it. Joel Dahmen. That's a guy. That's a guy right there that needs to be back into a foreplay video. Wow. What a roller coaster of a week for our guy Joel.
I just got a text from Joel Dahmen.
Did you actually? Did you congratulate him?
7 minutes ago. Wise texted him yesterday. Way to go, stud muffin. What a round. I almost puked watching that last putt. Holy moly. He goes, ha, what a mess. Glad I got through it.
Great.
6-footer to keep your tour card. There's been some speculation that he still would have gotten in based off of the way the numbers would have shaken out. You got to make that putt in that time.
Have to.
He's being told this needs to go in. He needed to shoot a 64. He shot a 64. He needed to make he went nuclear to even make the cut on Friday.
Hold out on Sunday to get his round going there. Like 4 or 5 holes in, hold out for eagle, and then just went crazy town.
Joel Dahmen's a big name, so you might think it's not as crazy for him to like care this much about keeping your tour card, but you also got to watch full swing and realize where this guy's come from. He's from like Washington State, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep. And you got his guy Gino and like all these videos of them coming from like not the greatest places and not so much money. You know, they're kind of propelled into this professional athlete life. They're buying new houses. They've got kids. They're like moving around more than they've ever moved around. They're putting money into places they never put money into. And all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, the guy that's at the helm of all this thing, the CEO of this like family business is like not going to have a job next year. I mean, he will, but like, it's not as, you know, you're not getting that $500,000 PGA Tour set check anymore. Like you know what I mean? That's like one of those big things that they're doing now for all 125 players. They're giving you you get a check for $500,000. Isn't that right?
You get a it's like a stipend basically.
Stipend. It's like this is the lowest amount that you can.
You start with
make.
$500K, and then as you chip away, it goes to zero.
And you're gonna get into all these events, and you're gonna make a lot of cuts, and you're gonna make your millions, and that's like the lifestyle that you've now essentially brought your family into. That's a lot of stress when like it's all on you making pars and birdies in a golf event. So
right, it's not like signing like in the other sports, and I know there's different parts of it, but like in baseball and football, you sign a deal for 6 years for millions of dollars. I'm getting that. I'm getting most of that money.
They give it to you immediately, and they just say go away.
That's right. In golf, it's very different, and I'm very happy for Joel. We obviously love him and root for him every single week. So It was great to see him.
Joel is such a big Washington fan that last year we were at the bar before the national championship game, like maybe a couple nights before, and there was a huge Michigan guy that was being really loud and annoying. And Joel looks at me, the guy's at the other end of the bar, and Joel looks at me and goes, Riggs, you ever seen me be mean to somebody? I said, no, Joel, I've never seen you be mean to somebody. He goes, you ever seen me punch somebody? I said, I've never seen you punch somebody. He goes, I'm going to finish this beer. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to be really mean to that guy. I might punch that guy. I said, all right.
That's a great story.
I said, I'd love to see it. He goes down there, comes back 20 minutes later. He goes, I bought the guy a beer. Really nice guy.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Joel's, he's one of those guys who he's so nice that you can't believe that he is a professional athlete, but that's just the way that it is.
Yeah, he couldn't do it. Such a nice guy. But he got through on the wire. Pretty much had to play really well. Did it. I think he shot 63 or 64. 64.
Who was number 126?
I think it was Zach Blair.
Wow.
I think it was Zach Blair. I think he missed the cut, and it was Zach Blair who was number 126. Our guy Sam Ryder, I think, was 125. Was the bubble boy?
Oh, no way.
Right on the number. And then Joel was 124. But yeah, that's a massive difference. I mean, if they don't finish inside the top 125, they're pretty much where Alistair is. They've got Corn Ferry Tour.
And they're making it harder to get into PGA Tour events next year.
So they're going to be top 100 instead of top 20. I think maybe next year is not the year they're doing. Maybe they are. Oh, yeah, I think they are starting that next year.
Kisner tweeted out, he's like, Joel needs this. He's like,
yeah,
if you don't make this, say goodbye to getting back into the PGA Tour. They're making it impossible.
Right. Yeah,
Kisner rocked the boat a little bit.
Took a little jab at them.
He did.
Which was great. I like to see.
Did he keep it up or did he delete it?
I believe it's still up.
Good. So he's standing by it. I love that. The guy literally announces PGA Tour events. That's pretty.
Yeah, that carries some weight. Yeah, they're going from 125 guys to top 100. They're going from 30 cards from the Corn Ferry Tour to 20, and then they're going to less Monday qualifiers spots, and then they're going to less field sizes, smaller field sizes, which were our boy Lucas Glover, the future YouTube golf, obviously, where he was kind of weighing in last week with some spicy stuff.
Shout out to Maverick McNeely.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the W. First ever PGA Tour win, I believe it was.
It was.
He's been a name on the PGA Tour for quite a while. He came up. He's the Pebble Beach kid, right? So when the U.S. Open was out there, it was like he grew up overlooking, 7 at Pebble Beach. He could see 8 from his parents' window. It's like he was always going to perform. And he's this California kid. He's got Team Mav. He calls him Team Mav. That really helps him out. He's got a whole crew. And I couldn't believe he had never won. I really thought that. I
was kind of in that same boat. Stanford guy.
Yeah, he's like a really solid PGA Tour name. Maybe it's just the name, Maverick McNeely.
It's a hard name to forget.
But yeah, shout out to him. He played great. Everyone around him. Our guy almost won again.
Yep.
Nico playing some good golf right now.
I had a wager on him on the DraftKings Sportsbook. Oh man, I was sweating it hard.
Bro, you had $50 to win $1,500.
Yeah, I bet him, dude. He was like.
That's insane.
Dude, he was like 13 under, and Mav and the leaders were like 15 under, and there were like 11 names right there. And I just put it on him. He was like plus whatever it was, 600 to win or something that time. And I put it on, and then dude, he went like birdie, and then heated up, and then was sole leading the tournament.
He was,
with 2 holes left, and I was like, oh my God, he's going to win it.
He was going up against that amateur.
Yeah, that Clanton.
Luke
Clanton. That guy's a stud.
Yeah, it was a great tournament.
It was.
Like, it really was. It came down to the end. You had all the drama about the 125, and you had Nico trying to win. I mean, that guy's just racking up, top 5 finishes like it's nothing right now. And yeah, it was some really, really big shots coming in. Both Nico and Clanton both bogeyed 18.
Yep.
Which is like unheard of if you think about it. 2 leaders coming down. So then if you're a guy like
both
Maverick,
in the middle of the fairway.
Both in the middle of the fairway, and it's just like Maverick McNeely just gets up to his ball and just fires in a dart, and he's just like, I'm just gonna make a birdie and we're gonna win this thing.
Daniel Berger was right there.
Daniel Berger.
Which is another name I haven't seen in a while. He was out for 18 months with medical and all kinds of injuries. Dude, that 18th hole it was like 475 playing straight into the wind. Those guys, pretty much everybody hit good drives, and then And then depending on if you were kind of stayed up higher, caught that little speed slaw a little bit. But guys were hitting like 5 irons in there straight into the wind of that back left. But yeah, a bunch of guys pulled it left there. And then Mav kind of hit an absolute dart in there and made it. But Nico, our guy, he was kind of leaking a little bit late. Made some huge par saves to kind of keep himself in it. I thought he was going to make that one in 18 too, but he just missed that. But we're going to do that Colombia trip next year.
Yep,
we're going to Colombia. Done. We're going to Medellin.
Yep, Medellin.
Yeah.
Medellin is where we're going to go with our guy. Shout out to Nelly Korda today.
Fantastic.
She's great, yeah.
Played with her today and just had a delightful time. She's funny. She's self-deprecating. She's telling all kinds of stories. She hit her full swing with what I think was a pitching wedge or something on the last hole that we filmed today. I had to stop everyone at lunch. That was the most pure-sounding golf shot I think I've ever heard in person in my entire life.
We both hit the same club. I took out like half the earth to get my ball onto the green, and she didn't take a single blade of grass. She picked it so clean because she said she was going to be like hitting a knockdown pitching wedge. She was in between a 50 and her pitching wedge, I think, was like a 48 or a 47. And she actually was standing over the ball, throws the 50 degree down and picks up the pitching wedge and completely changes her swing and picks it so clean. It's like really nice to watch.
Oh.
Yeah, she's great. She remembers like everything. She remembers last year when we did the video with her. We drove by her and passing. She's like, am I beating your ass lefty again? Like she's just she's funny.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah, we had a great day. That video is going to be really good.
We got a pretty big banger coming tomorrow too. We're filming.
Big one we're filming tomorrow.
We're doing a big match with the TaylorMade team. It's like a, I mean, you can just say it, 2v2v2, and we're all matching up with a pretty big TaylorMade person.
I think that's great.
Alternate shot.
We're going to be splitting it with the TaylorMade YouTube account. Make sure you go subscribe to that as well, because they just put out such great content. Like the stuff, that whole team, Tyler and Barbuti and Essie, like everyone that really like takes in Lauren, like our whole squad over there, that this is the biggest day of their year because they get these players for once a year and they have to make the most out of it, and they're always coming up with these like unique ideas that end up going viral, and they're able to push a lot of product because of it. It's like really impressive to watch. Like they're sitting at the woods the night before, like kind of going over all of like the logistics. Mike Essie's driving an hour and a half to a Verizon to get an Apple Watch so he can take a video on a pole so that he can see what the video looks like when they're hitting stingers. But it's just like
it's a huge undertaking.
It's the biggest undertaking ever because they don't get the benefit, I don't think, as much as like when they come to our set or our hole. It's like they get to just kind of chill and just like, oh, you're with the Barstool guys, we're just gonna leave them. When they're doing like TaylorMade specific stuff, it's a huge thing. They got all these microphones, they've got all these workers, they're hitting like start stop with like director things, those like little
we don't have those.
No,
ours with us and our guys do a great job obviously, but like mistakes are a part of it big time. They're far more professional in that
Embrace them. That's the Barstool way.
That's right.
Yeah, which they're not. They're doing the professional version.
That's right. Because normally our guys are just dealing with us. They're dealing with Tiger, Rory, Nelly, Scottie, all these people.
If you're ever worried about the safety of your home and family, there's no better time to act. Right now, you can get 60% off Simply Safe's new security system. Their best deal of the year. Simply Safe is the home security system to trust. Frankie, your family's about to get larger in size. Probably should protect them.
Gotta be safe. Yeah, and 60% off is crazy. I mean, you really can get a lot of stuff. They have everything from like the camera that is for the doorbell, or the camera that goes up in the corner of the house looking down at the front door, the camera that can go on the side of the house, the back of the house. You can get all the little sensors for all the windows, and it's all just goes right back to the big home base that's connected to the Wi-Fi. And I mean, without Simply Safe, I mean, my day-to-day is so ingrained in Simply Safe, it's actually insane. Like every person that walks up to my front door, I get a Simply Safe notification. Yep. So it's just become a part of my life, and it is quite simply the easiest thing to set up. I did it myself. It's all super easy. It's all like these little like peel and stick things, and you don't really have to drill anything into a wall, and the batteries last forever. I replace them once every couple months. It's unbelievable.
I got Simply Safe at the home in Pinehurst as well. I've had it for 4 years now, 3 years now I've had it down there. Even somebody like me who's illiterate when it comes to technology and being handy, set the entire thing up. It was simple. Now everybody's safe. Plus, there are no long-term contracts, no cancellation fees, and it's around $1 a day for all of this protection. Simply Safe is offering my listeners exclusive early access to their Black Friday sale. This week only, you can get 60% off any new system with a select professional monitoring plan. This is their best offer of the year. Head to simplysafe.com/foreplay. That's simplysafe.com/foreplay. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
By the way, do you want to get into the portion of the show where you talk about Scottie, or do we want to save that?
I think you should talk about Scottie.
I agree.
He said I should talk about it.
He did say that.
He was damn close.
He said what he said, and I'll let you talk.
Well, then you'll have to take a lot of it out of the because then you don't want to, like, if people already know, it's going to take a lot away from.
Then we don't have to talk about it.
But I kind of want that anyway. So
I don't know that anyone's going to not watch the video because they listen to the
agree with that.
Here's the thing. Scottie Scheffler doesn't hate me.
That's right.
Not at all.
That's breaking news.
Not one iota.
We filmed the video with him today, and he couldn't have been better.
I think Foreplay Tracker's going to tweet out breaking news. Scottie Scheffler does not hate Frankie Borelli. Confirmed. I straight up asked the man, "Did you get a new phone number?" It's the first thing I said. We got into the cart.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and goes, "Yeah." I said, "Really? Interesting. Because I've been texting you for 2 years."
He said, "I got a new number 2 years ago."
Yep. I said, "I've been texting you for 2 years. I congratulated you on your wife, on your baby, on winning the Masters twice." You know?
Yeah.
Winning gold. I asked you to do a video when we were in Austin. A sea of blue. And he's like, "Yeah, some other guys just getting those texts."
You sent him a tidal
like, are you
wave
fucking
of
kidding me?
blue. Yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, no, I changed."
He's like,
my
"I have a
number 2 years
question. How
ago."
come you didn't just like message me on Instagram where I could easily see it?" I was like, "I don't know. I thought you hated me." He's like, "Oh, that's funny." I was just like,
that was it.
I've been stressing about Scottie Scheffler hating me for some reason. I thought maybe I pissed him off doing something for 2 years.
Just got a new phone number.
2 full years.
Yeah, no, I know.
Going to tournaments, we were avoiding him. I'd be walking around the tournament, like walking away from him because I'm a bitch. I'm a loser.
He even told a story about the Tour Championship where we saw him and Sam Burns.
That was great.
And apparently Sam Burns, after the two of them walked by us, Sam was like, "Oh, did you just blow off the Foreplay guys?" And Scottie said, "No, but I've heard that there's a rumor that I don't like Frankie anymore."
Yeah.
So he turned around and waved. And
Yeah.
I was there. Riggs was there. We were all there. There's not an iota of hate. He just got a new phone number.
He loves it.
What a guy, man. Best golfer on the planet. Can't wait for people to see that video. Really good. So
God, he hits the ball so awesome.
I forget that this is also the podcast where we just tease the fuck out of people.
That's fine.
it's great stuff coming out.
Every year, baby. Thanksgiving,
Dude,
what you gonna get?
we announced that we did a video with Tiger Woods, Scottie Scheffler, Nelly Korda. Those names are out of control.
It's the 2 number ones right now and the greatest golfer of all time.
Those names are out of control.
It's cool, man. It's cool. I mean, I know we were talking about a 4th or 5th year. It's cool that TaylorMade even lets us do it.
Does this?
It's great. The greatest company on earth.
They really are.
I don't care. 50 years I'll keep saying that, even if there's a contractual problem with me saying that wherever we are in life. I will always say TaylorMade has just been the greatest. They are the greatest. They've been so good to us. I love the people. I love going to dinners with them when we're on these trips. I love everyone from the bottom to the top. I think they are so fucking good at what they do.
They're
Lauder,
very good.
everyone. Like we've been with them forever, man. We went to Scotland with them. I asked Ryan, like, how's your daughter doing? She went to St. Andrews. Like, we just know about their families.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Barbuti gave us COVID in Scotland, and he gave us a neurovirus last year for sure.
But he's got an awesome Jerry Garcia tattoo.
Best,
I love
man.
the guy.
He's the funniest guy that's on this trip. The fact that he's not a part of like Foreplay is insane. Like, he is a cartoon character.
He is just
should be in front of the camera.
He is one of those guys who he's the funniest guy in the room always.
If he worked for Barstool, Dave would have had him doing something. Think about him in the old office, just like him walking around, getting into conversation with people. The way that he's so witty, so fast. We're sucking him off a bit right now, but like Barboody's one of my favorite people on the planet.
He's done pretty well at TaylorMade.
He's done great at TalerMade.
I played 2 rounds of golf with him last weekend, and I cannot tell you how. I was texting you guys on the side. I was like, I'm with Barboody, and you wouldn't believe what it's like with this guy.
He is like the first couple times I saw him. This was years ago now, but at Torrey Pines, he was wearing like a Coogee sweater. Yeah, and he is just. We
got to get him in the mix. We got to do a video with.
I don't know. I almost want to keep him to ourselves because like it might not translate, but because we know him so well that like when we see him, I immediately start laughing. Yeah. So I love TaylorMade, but I love Booty as well.
They're the best. They really are. So.
He's a funny fucker.
Great week. Floridian we're at, like an unbelievable golf course. It's good.
It's been great. I got a little upbeat news. I looked this up earlier. I saw this come across. The Notre Dame Cathedral is reopening December 7th. Remember when that thing burned down?
Yeah.
Remember that?
That was genuinely like horrific.
Remember people were like more upset about that than like terrorist attacks.
Yeah, I remember watching the video and it's horrific because you just know how much history that is.
Dude, it's 850 years old, they said.
It's crazy, dude. So it's reopening. Good.
Reopening. I saw this whole thing. There's actually a New Yorker that went over there. That was a big part of the rebuild. They spent like $720 million or something on like a restoration rebuild afterwards over the last 5 years.
Oh my gosh!
A lot of that was money that was like raised, and that bad boy's reopening December 7th. Holiday season over in France, everywhere. But it's gonna be nice. I thought you guys might like that.
I do like that. I have a question. Can I do we do closest to the pin. We also do from the gallery. Can I do a from the gallery? Mm-hmm. Is that something that's allowed during this podcast? Mm-hmm. Is that something that
you can do whatever you want?
This is a little from the gallery question that I had for you guys, and I think it goes well with what we did today. Tiger Woods holds the record. Oh, sorry, that's not the question. That's going to be the facts that are going to back up the question. Golfers. Would you rather be guaranteed $1 million or you play 72 holes against prime Tiger Woods? If you win one hole outright, you get $100 million. If you don't, you spend a year in jail.
There's a lot of moving pieces there.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Okay.
Oh, you mean it's like too confusing of a question?
I'm just trying to get all the facts in order.
So you either take $1 million.
They just hand you $1 million?
Yes. Or you have a chance to win $100 million.
If you beat Tiger Woods
in one hole.
Tiger Woods on a hole. But if you
I
don't,
do that for sure.
72 holes.
If you don't beat him, you go to prison for a year.
I take the
that you're gonna beat him.
I take that I'm gonna beat him once over 72 holes.
Here's a stat to back this up.
72 holes.
72 holes. In 2000, I think it was in 2000, Tiger Woods holds the record for most consecutive holes of professional golf without a bogey at 110, which he set in 2000.
Bro, I'm going to sneak a birdie in there.
110 holes without a bogey during the time that they're asking this question.
Got to hope that you...
I don't know, man.
That you birdie a par 3 and he makes a par.
Is that worth going to jail?
For $100 million, though? Yeah. That's the...
But, like, if you're going to birdie a hole, he's birdieing that hole. He didn't make a bogey for 110 holes in a row. That's an outrageous stat, by the way. I don't know, man. That got me thinking.
I think I'd take the $1 million and run away.
Would you?
You're never going to beat him.
No, dude. What are you
on
kidding
any
me?
hole.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think it's likely that I am either, but $100 million?
No. I'm not beating him either.
What would you say the percentage chance is that you beat him at a hole?
That's what I mean. Each hole resets. So it's like I've got a 0% chance on every single hole to beat this guy.
It's like
There's no carryover effect. If anything, the carryover effect helps him. He's getting stronger and better. He's learning things from hole to hole. I'm fucking falling apart.
Dude, it's funny. I was just thinking about that year in 2000 when he hit the ball in the water on, I think it was Saturday, on the 18th hole at Pebble when he won by 15.
Yeah.
And Stevie always tells that story about if Tiger would have hit another one in the water, he would have been out of the tournament because he only had 3 balls in the bag. He gave one to a kid.
Yep.
And I was thinking, like, I'd be that dude. He saved a bogey on that hole. He went out of bounds in the water.
Yeah.
Re-teed, hit it up like on or near the green, and made a 6. And it's like, I'm probably making
such
6.
a hard hole. Anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
You could hit the ball really well on 18 at Pebble and make a bogey.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Really
so, like,
well.
even that hole where he made a mess of it, he gave away 2 strokes. He made a bogey.
It's also, there's no golf hole on planet Earth that you are better than Tiger Woods at.
No.
Especially at that time. There's no way you're going to play it better than he's going to.
I don't know if this person did the math correctly, but I think they're assuming it's 100 million to 1 to beat him in a hole at Prime Tiger.
I would say no.
I think in that question,
jail would suck.
You have to kind of add a couple more years of jail, I think. I think 1 year of jail, you might be able to sleep at night.
I could tough it out.
Yeah.
It is. Think about all the way since
I would get ragdolled at jail.
All the way since that Lido video came out, you'd be in jail this whole time. Think about how much.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's a long time actually.
I'd be a puddle. Dude.
Oh boy!
You kidding me?
Hot dog down a hallway.
Are you kidding me, man?
It would be
just,
dude, $1 million. You just get $1 million clear, and you walk away. Instead, you got to play 72 holes against the greatest golfer of all time. And as every hole he beats you, he's saying like, "Who do you think your bunkmate's gonna be?"
Oh my god!
He's ripping you, bro.
Just a crater.
Oh, dude, you would. Yeah.
Not
that would
good.
be a mess.
Not good. No, I'm not built for that, man. Or I am.
Or you just get $1 million.
Or you get $1 million, which is pretty damn good to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna take that.
So I don't have to do any of the other stuff. And you're gonna give me $1 million?
What if it was like $100,000?
What if it was $1 million, but you couldn't play golf for a year, or $100 million, but if you lose, you got to go to jail? That makes it a little bit more. There's a reason why you would think about the $100 million. Not only are you going to get $100 million, but you also could golf for the rest of your life.
I would still do the $100 million.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you're saying.
$100 million?
You got to beat the guy on one hole, but I don't know, man.
72 tries.
72 tries. Par 3, just like stick it in tight and just make the putt, and he just misses.
So I'm saying, or
theoretically,
one time.
Like a medium length par 4, you pipe a drive and he like hits it in the rough.
But you only get 16 tries at that.
Yeah, it's true.
Theoretically,
really not
you could,
that many.
I mean, you're not $100 million, not prison on the line, but you could do this. You could find his rounds from those tournaments and play those holes.
Yeah, you could.
Could
now add that to the millionth degree of him playing next to you?
I know, but you're not gonna be able to do that. But you do have his records. There, all those scores
We
are available.
play next to us, you know.
Yeah, we did that today.
We hung out with him today.
Yeah,
I actually wanted to, like, there was no way of
you want to throw that hypothetical at Tiger today?
at Tiger Woods, but like almost say, hey, I saw this hypothetical come out. I don't know how aware you are of like the fact that you were so good that people will literally like put jail on the line like in these hypotheticals about you. But like, how good were you in that like you hear prime Tiger,
right.
like people are debating if they could beat you in one hole for 72 holes. Like, were you that good?
One single hole.
I don't know if
anything could happen on any given hole.
He was though, because of that bogeyless streak.
Right. But like, did he know he was that good? And like, would he make that bet, you know, for us? Or he'd be like, no chance.
Well, he watched.
No chance.
Yeah, I don't know. He's the type of guy now, like you would ask him a question like that. It's a little bit like when you asked, you talked about Gretzky and about he's like, oh, the soup is good.
Right.
He's one of those guys.
With Ovechkin.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Like, were you really that good? And he's like, what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Fucking Ovechkin broke his leg. Like, he was ready to do it. He was like scoring every single night.
That wasn't a curse of ours, was it?
Maybe.
We didn't do a closest to around that. Okay.
I mean, he's coming back, but just like when you're that hot, like he was gonna do it by like Christmas. It was crazy.
He was scoring everywhere.
Yeah, I saw Nate Dogg going crazy on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
that makes sense.
That's a good hypothetical though.
Yeah, it was good.
Anywhere worth going is worth going in good boots. Find your perfect pair with Tecovas. I gotta be honest, it is boot season, and I'm starting to really realize that a good man really looks really good in a good boot.
I want a pair of boots.
Yeah.
I don't have a pair of boots.
You're gonna get a pair of boots.
Let's hear these boots. I'm constantly during the winter like needing boots like to go to the backyard and walk through the snow. I'm never prepared. I'm always wearing sneakers.
They do go a long way. You see a guy in a nice boot and you're like, that's an adult.
Oh my god.
Tecovas crafts quality Western boots for everyone from generational ranchers and lifelong cowboys to first-time boot buyers.
That's me.
Hello. Born in Texas
First
in
generation.
2015, Tecovas makes it easy for anyone to find their perfect boot Every one of Takova's boots are handcrafted with over 200 meticulous steps for broken-in comfort right out of the box. Whether it's a long day or a big night, your Takovas are built to last and to impress. Right now, get 10% off at tecovas.com/foreplay. I'm going to go do this right now. When you sign up for email and text, that's 10% off at tecovas.com/foreplay. That's tecovas.com/foreplay. See site for details. Tecovas, point your toes west. You guys ever tip a flight attendant?
I have never done that. No.
I said we should though.
I tipped my flight attendant on the way here.
Really?
Dude, I was just thinking about it. The reason is because we got all this stunned but loved it. It was a guy, really nice guy.
Well,
but we've been doing so much tipping lately. Everybody's talking about it. You go to the barista and wherever you go, they flip the thing around. They give you with the button. You got to do it pretty much every time. This motherfucker's doing way more than most people I'm tipping for nowadays.
Dude, way more.
You know what I'm saying? This guy's grinding. He's picking up trash. He's bringing drinks after drinks.
Making meals.
People are dropping their AirPods. They're popping out, going under other people's seats. He's grabbing them. It's gross underneath there. He's making announcements.
No, Frankie and I have talked about it, and it's exactly what you're saying. In a world where you pretty much tip for everything now, flight attendants work very hard.
But is it like disrespectful? Like it's almost like
I thought about that
like
too.
They think like you think that they don't make like they're making full-time salaries with like
But aren't
like, of course I
thought about that
tip,
too, but
$20.
But like I thought about that too, but yeah, I don't know. I was
just because it's not a tipping culture job that they're gonna be like what is this? I've made the argument that we should be tipping them. I think that fear seeps into my brain.
That definitely crossed my brain of the person
ones we're
being
getting
like,
now, like bandits, are like when you go to like a Moe's, Southwest Grill, or a Chipotle, and you order for like a bunch of people, right? And like your order is like so much. I guess this is not really that bad because they're doing more work for it. But like if I'm getting Moe's for like 4 people and my fucking bill is like $72, and they turn that screen around, like the only option is like 22 or 25% on it. It's insanity sometimes.
What you guys are saying, and I get what you're saying, like when you're handing a 20 to a flight attendant,
yep.
That interaction you want to avoid. But if they just had the screens on the seats on airplanes, be like, you want to give this person X amount, then you take out the part where you're like handing it to them.
That's nice. Or you could there could be a system almost like you guys leave housekeeping tips in your hotel.
Yeah.
I'll write a note sometimes like for housekeeping, and I'll put a little $10 on there.
That's great.
Yeah.
And like nice. You could do that at your seat.
Yeah, you could do that. That's not
put
bad.
It right there. Just put a little $10 bill right onto the.
I usually do mine based on nights stayed.
Yeah.
So we stay for like 4 nights. I'm gonna give them maybe $40 or something. If we go like one night, I'd throw $10 in there, somewhere around there.
Flight attendants deserve it though.
They do.
Couldn't agree more.
They do.
They
do
work
a lot
their
of work.
Dicks off.
Oh, it's crazy.
You know.
Yep.
And it's not easy work, man.
Disrespected people.
Tending to people all day.
Also, they definitely deal with fucking assholes.
Well, yeah, it's flying. I mean, there's all kinds of chaos up there.
Travel, yeah, flights and airports. There's just assholes everywhere.
It's like a high octane like place to go to work. It's just like you're flying through the air.
It is. It's the only job where, well, I mean, there might be other ones, but it's like you start in Dallas and you end in San Diego.
It's constant.
It's like, but my apartment's in Dallas.
Flying all over the place. So it's what it is.
They deserve tips.
My Uber driver too last night fake watered me.
What does that mean?
Well, I was putting my clubs in the back, and he got in the back. He had a cooler back there.
Yeah.
Opened up the thing, and right as I finished putting my clubs in, he grabbed like an ice cold bottle of water, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." And he goes, "No, for me."
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's incredible.
It was devastating.
No.
No,
he didn't like speak much
me,
English.
pal.
He's a Latino fella. And he just goes, no, for me. I was like,
that water's for me, pal.
We didn't talk again the rest of the trip.
Yeah.
Which understandably so. I felt like a real asshole. So thanks. It was perfect timing, right? He grabbed it out. No, for me. It's nice down here in Florida, Trent.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of good weather days right in a row.
Mm-hmm.
It was really nice today. It was nice this weekend. I know we're kind of hit or miss sometimes with weather depending on where we go, but down here it's been nice.
We're on a bit of a hot stretch, I feel like, with our weather now. It's been good lately.
Yeah, it has been. No, Florida's great.
I got a few from the galleries here that we've had pile up over the months.
Are we
here.
doing closest to the pin? So this is our only show of the week?
Oh, I
You
bet Alex
prepared for that?
Oh, he's not
No.
prepped.
It's Tuesday, but
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you fucking?
What, are you going to
kidding
do
me?
it on Thanksgiving by yourself?
No, we're just gonna do it next week. We skipped a week before.
Are you insane?
Are you?
What are the people going to do? Also, we got to get through this show. What are you going to
I
not
do
do?
know that-
We're already at 55 minutes.
I do
Come
know
on.
that.
Yeah.
Cooking
So
with gas over here.
it was my close to the pin last week, and the Iowa football one, Cade McNamara, he did not play. So we're just gonna void that one.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I remember the numbers and I would get the point, and it doesn't feel.
Oh, that's good.
No, I definitely avoid that.
Yeah, I think you definitely void it. He didn't start. Stratton played. We won. No big deal.
got
Maybe
a
you get a
fever.
negative point because it was false.
I don't agree to that.
And
Maybe going forward, false information. Maybe you get docked.
I have my hotel room.
Oh, did you tell him?
I told him.
Yep.
Okay, great.
It's rigged.
It's not rigged. It's not. It's not rigged.
That's true.
He went to the front desk
I
and said,
didn't,
"Can this
though.
be on
Lied
the
to us.
second floor, please?"
I didn't.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I guess we'll save it for next week.
Yeah.
All right.
From the galleries.
From the gallery, foreplay@barstoolsports.com. Shoot us an email, folks, Shoot us an email. Austin says, "Hey, Riggs, how many different humans do you think you have seen in your entire life?"
I couldn't even think to have a guess.
I mean, what are we considering seeing a human? When you go to a Jets game and there's 100,000 people at MetLife Stadium, are you seeing 100,000
How many people have you walked by?
But is that seeing people?
No.
He said, "Has to be a wild number with all the travel, living in New York City, etc. Feel like this one will get Frankie reeling. Haha."
Well, that's what I would say.
It is.
The way when I moved to New York City from Iowa, my number went way up.
Yeah. I guess you can't count stadiums. That's
No.
ridiculous.
I think you've seen 1 million people. That's so many people. More than 1 million?
More. 37, dude. Been doing this. How many days is that on this earth that I've been walking around?
It's a lot.
Just walking past people.
I wish I could come up with a number. 1 million sounds good to me.
How many people? I'm going to Google it.
I just did. It says, according to estimates, average person might see around 80,000 in their lifetime, which translates to 3 people per day. That sounds just not true.
What?
What are they, trend on vacation in
hermits?
Hawaii?
How dare you?
Google AI. That's
How
just seems
dare
like
That's
it's
wrong.
That's got to be wrong.
Kidding me? I saw what?
Okay, now this one says
400
between
people today?
90,000 and 42 million, so pretty big.
I think it's
range.
closer to 42 million.
I would agree with you.
So let's think about today. How many people do you think we saw today?
Well, but we're talking
Wow,
about
really? It's really not as many as
Well,
you
those
think.
are all repeats today too.
Right. It's not as many as you think.
No, but walking in New York City.
Yeah,
it's
when
a
you
lot.
walk and go on the subway and walk to wherever in
It
New York,
might be
you see
each like
so many people.
Like you're with let's say you get onto a subway, now you're just with the same amount of people you've already seen. So it's it may you know what I mean?
No.
True. There's
And you
probably
get
a lot of
home and you're
repeats
not
on the
seeing
subway.
anyone and you're walking down the street and people are coming by you, but the people that you're seeing, it might be on a 10-block walk, it might be 100 people. I don't know.
That's a good amount.
That's a lot.
But to get you to 42
That's just one day in your life, though.
No, 42 million is
It's just
too high.
one part of
Let's-
one day.
What do you think today, new people that you saw today?
Well, just the amount of
54.
people that we saw today.
No.
The amount of people that we saw today. Yeah, it was under 50.
Let's call it 45
Okay.
times 365. 16,425 times
It's
30
not that
years.
much.
It's 492,000 people. Now,
It
I
is.
don't think today was a high.
I think today.
No, dude, like a day in New York City.
New York
you're seeing
City.
a
Or when
lot.
you travel, going through the airport.
Airports are big.
So let's round up. I mean, it might be close to 750,000 to 1 million people so far.
I'm good with that.
We're also
number.
pretty out there, folks.
Definitely seen multi-million number of people.
I think
So
I probably
far.
have to.
Yeah.
Everybody looks pretty similar, I would say.
Don't agree with that.
If you really boiled it down. Just people.
I mean, I would say generally people look the same.
Yeah. Right. That's what
I
I'm
agree
saying.
with that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's probably, I would say it's over 1 million.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Airports, big number.
Airports is a big number.
Tyler says, how many humans would it take to defeat a T-Rex?
What
One.
the fuck are we talking about?
Do we get golf questions in there anymore?
There's a couple.
I don't think there's a number that could beat a T-Rex.
Right. How many people are on Earth? That, and then it's just over.
Dude, it's legit like 10,000 humans, right? You just at some point
there's 10,000. You take him down.
You'd overwhelm him.
They just get his legs and.
I get his arms. I'll get his arms.
I don't know what you're gonna do with him once he's on the ground.
People's elbow.
Yeah. No equipment. No weapon. What are you doing with that thing?
I'm just
punching him.
Numerous body shots.
Kicking him so
Absolutely.
hard.
Oh fuck, bro. Bro, picturing you just kicking him as hard as you can.
We gotta hurt this guy.
And then at some point you're like, why are we doing this?
He's got.
This is crazy. We're kicking this.
He's also at that point stepped on like 6,000 humans and eaten so many people.
Bro, you just absolutely
think about
wailing on this guy.
7,000 dead friends. People are
probably stepped on. Like
everywhere.
my brother probably got stepped on. You're just like,
yeah.
Now I got real rage behind what's going on here.
Frankie's gouging his eyes out.
Oh my god, dude! Just the thought of like at a certain point he's killed so many people, and you're like, why are we still trying to do this?
Let's go home. Dude, we gotta go home.
This guy sent one email to our inbox, and now we're trying to fucking take down this T-Rex. Oh man, whew. That's as hard as I've laughed in a while. Just we gotta go home.
If you zone in on one of those 10,000, and that guy's just like this, like. And the T-Rex is just like, what the fuck? Yeah. Just getting bruises, not even doing.
Oh my god! Wow, that really got me.
That'd be tough.
Good question.
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
Holy shit, dude!
Oh, man.
Golf Zone, the world's biggest simulator brand with facilities in 63 different countries.
Yeah.
90 million rounds played last year, over 7.5 billion with a B shots hit every year. This is the one that we have in the Chicago HQ, Jersey Jerry, Big Cat, the whole crew. 4.8 million members. They got 230 plus courses available. Golf Zone does all the course mapping and flies a drone. Shout out to Brendan Jones. We love flying drones. To map the hills and the floor moves to make the hills. They've been making over at Golf Zone. They've been making golf simulators with the moving floors since 2002.
Wow.
Impressive.
Tiger Bethpage, 2002.
Yep, that's right.
Moving floors when Tiger beat Phil and Bethpage in 2002.
It's a long time ago. And they've been doing it for a long time.
It's a great video to go back and watch, especially since we play Bethpage so much, to go back and watch him carve that place up.
When he hits that 2-iron on Sunday on the par 5 in the back there.
So good.
Whatever that is, like 13.
So
he does
good.
a super twirl.
Yep.
Oh,
walks towards it.
Fantastic. Visit golfzonegolf.com and you can find a Golf Zone location near you. That is golfzonegolf.com. That's golfzonegolf.com, and go find a Golf Zone location near you. Brian with a Y says,
nice. Brian Trottier.
This one came up with the boys. What is your favorite golf hole you've ever played to date? Before we even get into our answers, we more so debated what traits even constitute to make up your favorite golf hole. Is it a hole that you always feel you play well, play a lot, birdie? Is it just an A-plus view? Maybe some cool feature like the 18th at Pebble? Let us know your thoughts.
Favorite hole I've ever played?
My favorite hole I've ever played, and I've said it before, is the 15th hole at Cabot Cliffs, which unfortunately you guys haven't been there, so it's hard for anyone to relate. But it's a par 5. You go right out towards the ocean. It's got a wide fairway with like a big bunker in the middle, so you can hit it up the left, have a beautiful view down towards like the cliff. You can hit it up the right. You got a little bit more room. It's a very playable, very cool par 5, and then the green sets like on the cliff, and it's just kind of an automatic, very simple answer of it's just beautiful views.
That's a good answer. First one that came to mind for me, and again, I'm just the Pebble Beach guy, I guess, but like 17 at Pebble, I love. Something about hitting off you're just off the planet. You feel like you're about to jump off of the earth. I really like that one.
You birdied that hole. Never mind.
That might feed into it as well.
Probably
but
a factor.
That for whatever reason, it's just a knee-jerk reaction. 17 at Pebble.
What's that? I guess it's 16 at Sawgrass, where it's like a long par 5 where it takes multiple shots, and like that final shot. What are you laughing at?
I was just like, that's not the Sawgrass most people would pick.
No, I know. Obviously, 17 is great.
Trying to be a little contrarian there.
Well, no, something about like that hole.
Number 3 at Sawgrass.
No, yeah.
I've always like right next to you. You see it as you're going up.
I think
16.
that adds to it, though.
I agree.
There's something about that hole where it's like you have to hit an awesome drive, and like you feel so good about yourself when you get it in the fairway, and then your next shot you can like chase it all the way down and like maybe get on in 2.
Yeah.
And like you're avoiding the water. You got that huge tree that they light up like right on the left side. Like there's something about that hole. 17's up next. You know that like this is where guys have like either made it or you make it or you break it to win the players. Something about that hole I've like always loved.
Frankie's like, I'm torn between 16 and 18 at Sawgrass.
There was a hole.
Just incredible.
It's not going to go great for the argument for it being my favorite hole ever, but there was a hole at Western Gales. There's a par 3 that I love. It's a blind par 3 shot on the back.
I remember that one. That was where the ocean was on our right.
Yes.
And it was like down into a bowl kind of.
That's exactly what it is.
I wonder which hole that was. That hole was awesome.
And there was like little stairs on the hills. You played out there, Brendan. I don't know. We won't know what hole.
Where that photographer guy was there with us?
He was right there, yes.
Yeah. That was a sick hole.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I love a par 3.
Par 3s, yeah. Par 3s are really special. Right.
Par 3s are, like we've talked about, the par 4s and 5s don't get enough love. Every top hole that you can think of is usually a par 3.
It's because you can
see the whole thing.
You see the whole thing. That's it.
4th hole at Bethpage Black. Doesn't get much better than that.
It's a beautiful golf hole.
Phenomenal hole.
Like an inland hole. I don't know if it gets better than that.
What's the best opening hole that you've ever played?
I love Bethpage 1. Just on top of that. I know.
Might be.
What's the best second hole you've ever played?
First hole, and I've never played there, but it might be like Riviera.
Pretty good.
Riviera's good.
Riviera's a great opening hole.
Shinnecock's a great opening hole too. Anything that you're up and like you're up and you're hitting down.
That's Riviera, baby.
Yep. Shinnecock, Bethpage. I'm trying to think of another one.
It's not necessarily an awesome hole, but it's a really cool first tee shot. Is Bayonne when you tee off like in the pro shop right there, right next to the caddy, but yard and all that.
Yep.
We played Mesa.
Sawgrass is a great opening hole. Maybe the best one. Sawgrass. Oh, sorry, not Sawgrass. I'm thinking Spyglass. Spyglass might have the best opening hole.
Excellent.
You just like if you get down that hill and then you make that left and the hole, you can see the whole entire ocean in the background.
Yeah.
Sheep Ranch is really good.
A good one.
Sheep Ranch very similar to the first hole at Spyglass. Very similar. It's a great answer, Spyglass. That's probably the best answer that I can think of. Man, what hole?
One at Augusta would be hell of a time.
I will say one at St. Andrews is the most
one at St. Andrews.
Unbelievable tee shot, but it's not necessarily like a phenomenal
I feel like
hole.
One at every single Scottish golf course is like legit.
You're right there.
You just like, I don't know, something that's wide open, so much history. You're right by the clubhouse.
Carnoustie was right up against the clubhouse.
Carnoustie was.
That's right. Carnoustie.
Yeah. Where was that?
Where we teed off at
Prestwick.
The first hole at Crail is a motherfucker.
Crail.
It's a
Riggs somehow almost found the water on that one. Remember that?
And I also hit one out of bounds over the train tracks in the first hole at Prestwick.
But like the guy like he gave us like a shot of something before. I guess it was like Scottish whiskey before Crail. Wasn't it before Crail?
Yeah.
And he's like, the good thing about the first hole is you can't hit the water. It's the only hole you can't come close to the water in the whole entire golf course. And you like sailed one way right, and he was like, I think he said, "Holy shit!"
He probably hasn't cursed in 50 years.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
It's like you at Palmetto.
I found the water on a hole. They didn't even know the water was there.
That's right. You discovered water on the Palmetto golf course.
We said those fish in there.
Those fish brand has had some moments.
Those fish in that pond had no idea they were on a golf course until the day I got there.
What the fuck?
They're like a ball. What is this?
the fuck?
The fuck was that?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no. Great first hole. I'm trying to think of other ones, but I can't.
Zach said, should I quit my job to work at a golf course? It'd be $5,000 less a year, but would include free golf in the Dallas area and only play public courses, so daily fees add up over the year.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if you're asking that question, do it.
Yeah, dude. Pull that trigger, Zach. You know?
More people need to get into working for golf courses. Like our guy Luke, he's always like a big advocate at Rockville Links of like going into these programs to work for like the greens team and like the agronomy side of golf. They need more people. These colleges have amazing programs, so I do think that people need to get into that world more. I think that the pros, I think the PGA teaching professionals don't get enough love either. Like you think about all the guys that we know that are in that field and they're just grinding. Dan at Colonial and Tom, like our guys there, like every day setting up tournaments and making sure that the club is where it needs to be and like teaching everyone there. Like these guys are like beacons of hope for the game of golf.
It's true.
They're the ones carrying the torch from like point A to point B, getting us to the future, teaching the youth golf. I mean, think about all the instructors. With all that said, I think it's a tough gig working at golf courses. You're outside all day. You got to be the type of person that likes it. You're outside all day. The hours are insane.
Outside all day,
the money's like outrageous, especially like just working at a golf course. Obviously, if you're like one of the top guys, a pro or whatever, you're doing well. But like,
I would say if you're chained to a desk looking for a change, it might not be the worst.
It's a huge change.
It's a huge change, but like being outside all day, people would like look at that as a positive.
They love it. Yeah, no, and I've talked to people that have had that same exact experience. I mean, we've talked to guys on Luke's team at Rockville, and they're like, "This is fucking awesome. We're just out here all day, just cutting grass." It's like it's
long hours for sure.
Long hours, but it's like there's something about it that's like I don't know.
It might be fulfilling.
I would say yes, but I've also heard I think the old adage is like if you really want to play less golf, get into the golf industry.
100%. That's that with everything, except for somehow we've stepped into this where we end up playing more golf.
This is a very rare example.
But like I've always said, I want to work. I remember before I started Barstool, I befriended a guy. Really, I did everything I could to get into the Islanders organization anyway. I would like smell John Tavares' shoes and put them on and stuff, and I wore them around the locker room.
Just as a fan.
Yeah, but one of the equipment managers, this guy Shaky, I remember he used to come to Borelli's, and he was like the guy. He was equipment manager forever, and I remember being like, I want to like work with you. Like I want to be a part of this organization. Like I'll fucking clean jock straps. I swear I won't do anything with them. Like I'll just do whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I remember even like the skills coach, my guy Bernie Cassell, like he used to bring me in to the Nassau Coliseum. We used to skate after Islanders practices. Me and Johnny Boychuk would be on the ice at the same time. It was insane. And I'm like, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of the New York Islanders. I remember him saying like, dude, like you would not be the fan you are today if you like were like working in the equipment room. Like, yes, you're part of the team and you're part of this culture and it's great. But he's like, it's a fucking insanely hard job. The hours are insane. It's not very gratifying. And like, you're not watching any hockey.
Yeah.
The Islanders are no longer a team you watch. You're like in the locker room, like sharpening blades and fucking running around, like
putting fires out the whole game.
Different.
Yeah. How'd we do? Did we win, boys?
It's also a little bit like
you work for the Yankees. You're selling tickets. It's like you're not watching games. You're sitting in an office, like selling tickets to people that want to go see them.
It's a little bit like what we see with old media members where they're like, oh, I want to cover this sport that I love. I absolutely love it. And then you get into where you want it to be and you end up hating it.
Yeah.
There's definitely some spots in all of these sports or whatever that you definitely, like if you're like a baseball writer, you get to sit in that nice like writer's room behind home plate and you go there and they're announcing if it's a hit or it's an error. That's a great gig. Like you know what I'm talking about? Like I'm picturing those people at Yankee games. They're sitting, it's an open window and you're right behind home plate and you're sitting there every day. You're doing your score. You're writing your blog after. This guy, Brian Hoke, I think is his name for the Yankees. He watches every game. He has a nice little recap after.
Yeah.
It's a great little gig. Like these insiders, that's pretty good.
You think so?
Yeah. They get to go to the practices. Like if you are a fan of the team, that's the one. Like if you're a writer, I think it's pretty solid. But if you're working for the actual
because we have
team,
run into writers like that who like they weirdly end up hating the sport that they cover.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Maybe they become old curmudgeons.
I can see that.
Yeah, they get very pessimistic about the whole world.
Yeah.
Actually, the Islanders had a guy like that. This guy, Arthur Staple. He used to write just negative stuff about the Islanders. Like, why are you working for us?
That's like what happens.
All the players are insane.
This guy, it is insane to work for the team and write negative stuff.
Yeah, he's like, the Islanders
none
lose
of the
again.
Players are gonna give you
He's just like, every blog was like, guess what? The Islanders lost again. It's like, holy shit, dude.
This is your job. This is all you got, man.
Yeah.
Jeff from Boston. A question from a frustrated golf fan who's confused on lack of progress between LIV and the Tour. What's actually preventing the new entity formed between PIF and the PGA Tour from creating a couple of events, including the best players for both tours to play against each other? It would be electric. It's what the fans want and would generate a lot of attention if marketed correctly. So what is actually keeping them from doing that?
I would say the Department of Justice and the PGA Tour players. Some of them are keeping that from happening. Would be my guess.
Agreed. But it's an interesting point because essentially, like, look, they said that they're going to, like, form this framework agreement. They said they're working towards an agreement. Why during that then can't they play? And I think the answer is, like, because the Tour technically still has all those guys banned, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Or out on fines or penalties or whatever the hell they call it. Right? They took them off their website.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Like DJ and all them are like off the site, right? Like the career earnings and all that. Like they removed all those guys from that. So it's like, it's kind of the Tour being like, nope.
Right. It can't be a Tour sanctioned event, even if it's in conjunction with whatever agreement they've come to, because, yeah, the guys are banned.
Right.
From participating in a Tour event.
Right. So I think that's the reason, which is crazy and makes, but yeah, I think the reason they're not doing that. So now, we are at a point too. We're gonna have the PNC. We're gonna have the Hero. We're not gonna have any actual PGA Tour golf until the Century.
Yep,
we're done.
We are done.
We're done, though.
But then there are the events happening where it's like the 2v2s, right?
Yeah, they're doing like what it used to be the Shark Shootout.
Yeah,
I believe that exists. So there's some fun stuff coming.
But the Tour has nothing to do with that.
I don't know if they don't have anything to do with it. I don't think they're like sanctioned. They're like approved, maybe. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't want to put any words in anyone's mouth or try and spread any rumors, but we saw two of the most important people in golf having a conversation today. We were like wondering what it could have been. Anders Lee just scored a goal. Captain. Is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
We saw Tiger and Rory talking. We were like, imagine what they're talking about.
Well, we very much like made up what they were potentially saying.
100%. But I was like, that could be something extremely important for the framework or the future of golf.
It is always unbelievable, and like we were blessed to be in this position. I always get such a kick out of watching Rory and Tiger hang out.
Yeah,
because I feel like I'm in a Nike commercial.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable.
I don't need any talking points to talk about this one. We love Shipsticks. Makes your life way, 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 way better. You save time. Time is money. Time is more important than money at this point. Convenience. 30 minutes on this end, 30 minutes on that end. If you travel as much as we do, it adds up. Even if you travel a normal personal on a golf trip. If you don't want to do it on the front end, like Frankie likes to say, at least do it on the back end. You're going to be exhausted. You're probably hungover. You're probably dehydrated. You're probably behind on life and family. You want to land. You want to go immediately into your Uber. You want to go home. You want to see your family. You want to return to life. Those clubs will meet you right there.
Yeah, I mean, if I had any advice for you, I would say that if you are planning your buddy's golf trip, especially now, like, you know, maybe you're going away next year, you're booking them right now, a year in advance, bake this into the price. Make sure that this is part of your trip. Your buddies are all going to be blown away with how easy it all is, that you can set up where they're going to drop it off, if it's going to come pick it up from their house, or you just ship everyone's clubs home from the back end of the trip, like Riggs just said. It's an amazing amenity to have. It's such a luxury, and it's really not that much more expensive. It really isn't. It's such a luxury. You guys aren't going to believe you haven't been doing this. I've had to travel from New York to Arizona to Austin to Louisiana, and then I had to go to Florida through Charlotte. There were so many connecting flights. I've been on the road for 10 days. I could not bring my clubs from place to place. I didn't need them at LSU. It was the easiest thing for me to ever do, was to ship them from Arizona to Florida. They were right here when I needed them in Florida. Yep. And yeah, it's great. Like I did that. Now I'm gonna take them home with me, like because I have a one-way flight home. So you really don't need. It's not like an overkill thing. It's like use it when you need it. Make sure you're using our code. We're gonna get you 20% off. It really makes it very affordable. I got a bunch of people reaching out to me in our world, like our golf community world, saying like, dude, well, how much does it actually cost? And I put out the numbers. I was like, if you send it there on the ground shipping 4 days, 5 days, you're not. It's the same thing as bringing out a plane.
Same thing.
Use our code, you get 20% off. It's like we're splitting hairs here for this thing to be freaking at the doorstep of your clubhouse. At the doorstep.
You get 20% off. Shipsticks, 20% off next shipment. Visiting shipsticks.com. Use the code FORE. That's our code, FORE. Shipsticks.com. 20% off.
It's a great deal.
Code FORE.
I had a great interaction with Tiger Woods that was not on camera that I actually think I could talk about.
Okay.
Because it won't spoil anything with the video.
Yeah.
But after we had filmed with him, we're having lunch, and he's sitting right next to us, which is so hilarious just to see Tiger Woods sitting in red, just like eating a sandwich.
It's a little bit like that thing we've talked about forever where it's like you want to be able to watch him do things.
Yeah, we were just watching him eat a burger. And I practiced this for a while. Like I actually was saying it out loud.
Oh my God.
And I said, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to say, hey, your Dodgers really put a beating on my Yankees. And I said that.
We were panicking that you were going to get it. You were going to dyslexic.
I thought I was going to go up and get so nervous. Like, hey, your Yankees beat my Dodgers. Well, you're from LA. And then he'd be like, what?
It was like these pretzels are making me thirsty type thing for a while.
So I walked over to him. And he was in a conversation, so then I smoothly kept going to the sandwiches, get the sandwich, and as I'm coming back, I noticed he's still in that conversation, but he wasn't talking, someone else was talking, and I just went for it. And the first couple words I said, he didn't look up, but I kept powering through it. So like when I said, hey, Tiger, he didn't look up. I go, hey, Tiger, you're, and then he still didn't look up. I said, your Dodgers really took it to my Yanks. And then he looks up, he goes, oh yeah. He goes, oh yeah. And I was like, yes. Like I said, we just needed to win that game one. He said we had it, and then you bring in, a guy, Nestor Cortez, hasn't really played, and that guy just blows it, for Garrett Cole. Like that's crazy. Like that's just how it happens.
Yeah.
And he looks up and he goes, well, that's baseball, right? That's baseball. And he goes, we're gonna take soda from you too. He really. So I said, "How's Joey feeling about it? How's Joey LaCava feeling about it?" He goes, "Oh, it's endless." Like he was like, "I'm just giving it to him."
I don't think we should be allowed at these media days.
I think he likes talking ball, man. I think he likes talking sport. Like when we saw him at Pebble Beach, he was like, "Lakers are on basketball time."
Yeah, he just said basketball time.
For me, he was like, "That's baseball."
True. He probably lacked in the bubble that he lives in, and I'm speculating that he how often is he chopping it up about the Dodgers?
He knows a lot.
He does.
And we also talked, he goes, he's like, Soto, we might be grabbing him. And I was like, yeah, and I saw the Blue Jays are emerging as a player. He's like, I saw that. And I said, yeah, but with the Canadian taxes, I was like, they'd have to give him like $1 billion to equal out what like one of the other.
What did he say to that?
He goes, that's true. He won't go there. We were just talking sport, dude.
Yeah, you were. You talking tax?
We were talking ball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were talking about how they won't let pitchers. We talked a while.
We watched you.
How they won't let pitchers go longer. And in the 04 Red Sox, which is the worst documentary made of all time, but it is worth watching, even though like I don't want to relive it.
Did you watch it?
I've watched the first 2 episodes.
It's
really good.
It's really good.
But like I said, like the days of Pedro Martinez getting left out there to like just figure it out are long gone.
Way gone.
We saw a hint of it with Garrett Cole this year in Game 5.
Yeah.
A hint. Or was it Game 6? Yankees lost in 5. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think there was.
You saw a hint where it was like, all right, they're sending him back out. He's gonna get one more pitcher and then one more batter and then whatever the whole deal happens. But he said, yeah, those are long gone. Not this baseball. He said. Not this baseball. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Not this baseball.
It's unreal.
Oh, eating a burger while he was doing it.
We just get to like float around these people when we go to those media days. It is so cool.
And they see us looking. He doesn't. He's so laser focused.
No, because then later on,
Rory out of his corner of his eye.
Later on, we were driving to a hole to film another video, and Tiger was on like the hole before that, so we had to kind of go through their group. And he drove head on at us and never saw us.
This is after we filmed with him and after had that conversation about baseball.
Yes. Dude, never saw us.
No, it wasn't like he ignored us. He didn't even see us. We almost hit him.
He has decades of tunnel vision training where he's just, I can't start looking around because everybody knows who I am. I'm one of the most famous people who have ever lived.
It's like, there's my target. That's where I need to go. And I'm not focusing on anything else until I get there.
He drove right at us.
Yep.
Turned a little bit and never even, again, he didn't ignore us. He just never saw us.
Never saw us.
An insanely unique high 40 number of years that guy's lived compared to anyone else.
Trent said a couple times that he's like, that guy's so unimaginably famous. Just walking around wearing his red shirt, like, dude, unimaginably famous.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to. Now, it's interesting now that the generations are growing up who probably know less about him. Mm-hmm. But like when 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the most famous man on planet Earth.
Yeah. I agree with that. For sure.
Still pretty goddamn famous.
He's still famous, but I think we're aging out of people knowing immediately who Tiger Woods is.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Riggs?
Yeah, like 5-year-olds don't know him as much as they knew him back. Just like, it's not a part of like every day, like talking in the house.
That's right.
He's not on every single broadcast. You know,
I think there's quite a few 12, 13, 14-year-olds too who don't know who Tiger Woods is.
That would be tough for me to believe.
Yeah.
Dude, 12 years ago was 2012.
12 years ago, 12-year-olds don't know Tiger Woods is. That would be tough.
I think there's quite a few, like more than you would guess. I think
you know the names. Like, I mean, maybe times have changed, but I think you know like the Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan.
Is that Charlie's dad? That's what you get. Maybe some of that.
Like, we don't, like, I don't know. Like, we grew up 50, 60, 70, 80 years after Babe Ruth. You still know the legends. Like, he's a legendary name. You know Michael Jordan. He's Tiger Woods, dude. He's the fucking biggest thing ever. Be like, I don't know. It'd just be hard to. Of course, if the kid didn't know sports, like you can find some like people that don't know sports now that don't know who Tiger Woods is. They could be 35 years old.
I'm just thinking about if you're 12, you were 7 when Tiger won the Masters in 19, and then so I don't know that you remember everything then, whatever. And so
I think his name transcends all that. Like you're talking about, like if they're watching it, like they just know the name.
But I'm saying his name hasn't been around much the last.
Yeah, it's not really in like it's not.
Does it have to be though?
Yeah,
Michael Jordan's name all over the place, or just because of the shoes?
It's the shoes is a big part of it.
Buying Jordan shoes, I don't know.
I think 12. I think the shoes is a big part of his longevity.
Huge.
Fucking Tiger Woods, man. I don't know. I think he's one of those names you just know.
But like we're saying, he hasn't been playing in tournaments, and like when we were kids, he was every week he was doing something.
He was everywhere too. He was on all the advertising, all the commercials. He was on the Gatorade bottles. He was on everything.
Wheaties. It's
like when I was 12, I knew who like Mickey Mantle was. You just like knew the name.
Right, but you knew like that's also. I mean, I know what you're saying, but
I knew who Wayne Gretzky was.
But you're also a diehard sports guy. I'm saying like the average 12-year-old. I think there's a good amount of average 12-year-olds who have no idea who Tiger Woods is.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I just think he's in that list. He's in like the record books. He's just the name. He's a name. I don't know. The guy that golfs. Like they know what golf is. I mean, now we're like, what kind of person we trying to find?
I don't think we should try to find it.
No, they've never left their house or something. They never played a sport. Like if you played a sport, you know who Tiger Woods is. If not, there's like I don't know.
I think there's a better chance some of them know who Grant Horvat is.
Yeah, now we're getting crazy. If you're a golfer that knows Grant Horvat, you know fucking Tiger Woods. I'm sorry.
I just thought I'd throw it out there to see what happens.
Do you believe that?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't believe that.
No.
All right, how are the Islanders doing?
We're winning 1-0. I got my food that's downstairs in the lobby.
Oh, right. Nice. You did a.
Dude, I'm like hurting right now. I'm like sick as a dog. You guys are all going to be sick at Thanksgiving.
I was maybe going to go to the woods, but I think I'm going to order food as well.
I can't go to the woods tonight.
I think that's a good idea.
Let's wrap this thing up. Long day, boys.
Really long day. Great day. It's a privilege to be able to do this shit.
It's a privilege.
Let me wrap this up by saying this. A couple stats on T-Rex.
T-Rex.
T-Rex. Up to 40 feet long.
Oh, my God.
12 feet tall at the hip. 20 feet tall standing on its legs. 11,000 to 15,500 pounds. Which is about the same size as the largest African elephant.
And I'm just
boom, 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 boom.
Absolutely throwing fists at that thing. Going to town.
Everybody have a great Thanksgiving. See you on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Thank you very much for the support. You guys rock. We're going to have cool giveaways.
Yep.
To include.
Send us those receipts.
Tweet those receipts. Send them to the receipts.
$100 or more, you're going to get into a lot of those contests. I already know it. That's
true.
The number we're going to kind of fall on. So
that's right. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Hit it hard. Toodaloo. Adios.